PSN sale time. This round we have the November savings sale. And this one took some digging, but I found some pretty sweet game deals for this top 10 list, including some solid older gold and some newer reduced price titles as well. And one game that's getting us ready for a second installment release this month. And of course, make sure to stick around to the end to hear my additional list of honorable mentions. All these games are good until November 22nd, so let's get to it. Starting us off at number 10, we have Sea of Thieves Deluxe Edition for $29.99. The Deluxe includes the base game as well as some cosmetic goodies and 10k gold to start, which can be a serious game changer to start out your first playthrough. This was a recent port to PlayStation that was hanging out exclusively on Xbox and PC for over 5 years. This is a great open world, a rather open sea pirate game, where you sail around and find loot and do whatever you feel like. Solve mysteries, battle other pirates, or assemble a crew online and man bigger ships that literally require multiple people to man. And with highly attentive devs, there are improvements, new activities, and events always being added. Next up at number 9, we have Mass Effect Andromeda Deluxe Recruit Edition for $5.99. Plus, there's a free demo to give a try before you buy. While it may not be as highly regarded as some of the other Mass Effect games from the original trilogy, I think this one still has its place, and offers a fun, unique universe to explore. With action-packed third-person shooting, an interesting class system, and a decent story, you're going to get a lot of playtime out of this game if you enjoy exploring different worlds and environments. Definitely give that demo a try if you're on the fence here. Next up at number 8, we have Dragon's Dogma 2 for $39.89. They dropped the price again on this fairly new title. I was hooked on this one when it came out. It's a highly detailed ARPG with a unique combat system and wild physics that lets you have a ton of control over how you fight. And it's one of my favorite parts of the game, with multiple classes to choose from and a party system that uses AIs called pawns from other players' creations, gives this game endless combinations of battle tactics. And if you love exploring and hunting loot, this open world is huge, not just above the surface, but below as well, with a ton of secrets to discover. Next up at number 7, we have Final Fantasy XV Royal Edition for $13.99. This was a pivotal point in the Final Fantasy franchise, shifting its combat mechanics from the iconic turn-based combat to a blend of ARPG and slowed command abilities for you and your party. Paired with a great story, memorable characters, and a big open world to explore, you'll be at this one for a hot minute, with a decently long story campaign and a ton of side content to take on. Next up at number 6, we have Resident Evil Gold Edition bundle for $29.59. This bundle includes both Resident Evil 7 Gold Edition and Resident Evil Village Gold Edition. Plus there's a free demo for the Resident Evil Village to try out before you buy. These are both excellent Resident Evil games, and actually both fall in line with each other playing as Ethan Winters, so it's a solid bundle just to follow the protagonist through both events. Starting with Resident Evil 7, Ethan looks for his missing wife 3 years after she's gone, leading him to the deranged Baker family home. In Resident Evil Village, you're placed in a village, go figure, with a dark past and very memorable villains, in search of your missing daughter. Those pesky family members.
Such a pain in my ass.
Next up at number 5, we have Shadow Warrior 3 Definitive Edition for $9.99. There's one good reason to play this game, and that's just the sheer chaotic first-person action. The story's nothing to write home about. This just offers some classic in-your-face first-person gore and combat. So if you're looking for a little bit of FPS absurdity, this will fill your cup for sure. With 7 weapons to play with and upgrade, you'll be blasting and slashing your way through enemies like butter. Next up at number 4, we have the Evil Within digital bundle for $7.49. This includes the base game as well as the 3 DLCs and the season pass content. The Evil Within is a wild supernatural action survival horror game that has a heavier focus to the combat and challenge to some of its competitors. It still offers a decent mysterious story, but the combat I think is what sets itself apart from the others in the survival horror genre. Next up at number 3, we have Mad Max for $4.99. I absolutely love this game, and I try to toss it onto my list whenever I see a discount. Playing in an iconic post-apocalyptic universe of Mad Max, you go around stomping crazies in this decently large open world with awesome hand-to-hand combat that mimics the WB Batman games, as well as a wildly fun car combat and deadly races. It's just a ton of fun to roll around in the open world and pick a fight and blow shit up. A fun ARPG that'll have you hooked. Next up at number 2, we have Wo Long Fallen Dynasty for $25.99. It's lowest price to date. This one's not going to be for everyone, but if you enjoy Souls-like games or the Neo series, you should definitely give this one a go. The combat is super unforgiving, but when you master your weapons and timing, it gets absolutely addictive. But it's a tough learning curve for sure. And if you ever played the Dynasty Warrior games, you'll see plenty of familiar faces and gear you can wear and wield inspired by them. A seriously challenging game. And if you guys want some more info on this one, I'll pop my review video link down in the description. And finally at number 1, we have Stalker Shadows of Chernobyl for $13.99. Or save an extra buck with a PS Plus subscription. The real reason I'm putting this one at number 1 is because the release of Stalker 2 Heart of Chernobyl is coming out November 20th for PC and Xbox. I know, not very nice. But if you do happen to have one of these other platforms, this is a great time to jump in and try out the first one. Now it's old, 15 years in fact, so you gotta put yourself back in the element. But it's a fun game. Based in a zone near the Chernobyl fallout site, fight off mutated creatures, survive by scavenging, and follow a cool story and learn why people are inhabiting a place like this to begin with. Alright, now it's time for those 10 honorable mentions.
3, 2, 1.
Starting us off, we have The Long Dark for $17.49, or included with PS Extra. Fist of the North Star Lost Paradise for $4.99 plus a free demo. Overcooked for $3.39. Hotline Miami 2, Wrong Number for $2.99, or included with PS Extra. Sonic Mania for $7.99, Nobody Wants to Die for $17.49, Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 4 for $7.99 plus a free demo, Cloudpunk for $3.74, Greedfall for $8.74, and Code Vein for $8.99 plus a free demo. Let me know in the comments which games you guys picked up during this PSN sale. And as always, happy gaming, and I'll see you guys in the next one.